I'm just going to say this. I've seen enough of Tristan Jarry. He overslides, overcommits. He's always out of position. He plays the puck. He doesn't pass it well. Yeah, team defense is terrible. They're playing poorly in the offensive zone. They're passing pucks to nobody, turning over the puck, leading to odd man rushes against. But Tristan Jarry got beat 3 times tonight. He's given up so many goals over the past couple of games. I don't trust him. I don't like his contract. I don't like that he's here for an extra 2 years. That Skinner trade probably is looking like it's going to close the window. I don't like that. If we were going to spend $5.5 million on a goalie, I would have rather gotten Gibson at the start of the year. I just don't like this trade.
I don't like you saying crazy things like the window is about to be closed. I was picking up what you were laying down for a bit there. Once again, hindsight is always 2020. I will say, you can go back to it. I was not. Once again, there's still so much time. That's why when you lead this off with that you're done with Tristan Jarry, my instant reaction is, come on, dude. Like, we can't already be doing exactly what we did with Stuart Skinner, Mikko Koskinen, every goaltender that's been around here recently. We can't already be going back to our roots this prematurely. There's so much more time left in the season for him to figure it out. But I will meet you in the middle in the sense that my confidence here has significantly dwindled in the last little bit. Since the moment Johnny Last called him Skinner East, I can't get it out of my head. The similarities are totally there. This is no groundbreaking stuff. We've heard this ad nauseum, but to where he was, lateral move for a more expensive goaltender with more term, where you give up Brett Kulak, you give up a second-round pick as an asset, and we sit here. Again, you can compare them to Stu all you want. Check their box scores every single night. It's not that simple, but for the Edmonton Oilers' sake and where we sit today, doesn't entirely feel like we've fixed anything or solved anything. Still plenty of time to do that. Then at the end of the day, I saw somebody put in the chat earlier and I lost it. There's a lot going down in here, but somebody mentioned that Connor Ingram right now is without a doubt, I think in most opinions, the number one goaltender here for the Edmonton Oilers. And the part that is it's the biggest kick in the dick is that he was right under your nose the entire time in Bakersfield. And had you just sent down one Calvin Pickard and cut the cord earlier in the season when he was the worst goaltender in the NHL, you could have called up Connor Ingram. Maybe he plays well. Once again, I don't know how that alternate timeline plays out, but there's a possibility that he finds his game. You sit there with Skinner and Ingram and you go, oh, we don't need to make a move, but it is what it is, Bert. We are well into this decision now, and the McDavid tenure may very well be defined by one Tristan Jarry.
We are 12 games in. Because what the fuck do you think they're going to do? What are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? You made the deal. You can't go back on the deal. And the funny thing is, Tristan Jarry, since coming to the Edmonton Oilers, has played a little bit like Stuart Skinner. Stuart Skinner has, since getting traded over to the Pittsburgh Penguins, has played a lot like how Tristan Jarry played before the trade. Listen, you mentioned John Gibson. John Gibson was not very good with the Anaheim Ducks, especially in the last couple of years. This year, his numbers look nice. 4 shutouts, 902 save percentage. That's nice. How do you imagine that would happen and go if the Edmonton Oilers had him and if he played behind the Edmonton Oilers goal defense? Probably about the same as it went in Anaheim, and we'd be sitting there going, oh my God, we spent $5.5 million on this in our crease. We'd be having the same conversation. Guess what? It's probably the same with UC Soros at this present moment, who currently has an 892 save percentage and a 320 goals against average. What ifs, whatever, what this, what that. It's all, nothing can be done. You got to sit there and realize we're stuck. I don't think that we're stuck. I think it's a funk. The whole team's not playing well just because the goaltending is the one. There's 2 guys who can only play goalie on the roster. I get that you have to blame somebody. And it's funny because when we sit here and talk about the defense has to be better, we're talking about a collective. The bottom six has to be better. We're talking about the collective. The collective goaltending for the Edmonton Oilers as a whole throughout this season hasn't been great. It is what it is. There would be no real savior right now for this team.
That whole time you were speaking, all I wanted to say is exactly what Percy said. Goalies are voodoo.
Bingo.
Dude, they none of them make sense. They're up, they're down. It's never going to fully commit unless you get a top 5 goaltender seemingly out of a Russian factory somewhere over there that they find a way to just continue to shit these guys out. You're gonna have to find a way to figure it out with what's left on the scrap heap here for the Edmonton Oilers.